Hey everybody, it's John, and it finally happened today, March 1st, 2018. The Super 7's Club Grayskull figures have hit on my doorstep, so I'm going to try to take a quick look at them with you guys. This is my first time opening the boxes. I haven't peeked in them or anything, so we'll see how it goes and what I got. And we're going to start with TEELA, the Filmation version. As you can see, it's pretty much the same boxes we used to get for the shippers, but down here it says Super 7. And on the back there's not really anything, just says some stuff. Super7 Super7store.com right there, or super7hq.com. So let's just open up this box and see what we get. Well, right off the top, there's our Castle Grayskull with the window view. So, very similar to what we were receiving originally in the Matty Collector line that started this all off. And it has the castle door slip sleeve. On the back just says He-Man Masters of the Universe. There's your Super 7 logo again. Contains one figure. So let's see what we got. So, as you can see, it's definitely TEELA. Another Super 7 logo. Oh, it's too big to come off. And we have TEELA inside the package here. She has her Filmation sword, her shield. She's awfully pale. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. Well, and she's in the same style packaging, blister window view on the back. We do have actually a little bit of a bio for her, which is awesome, and an image from the original Filmation cartoon, which I can see what they're going for with the face. When I look at it, they went just a little bit heavy on the eyeliner, and her eyebrows are a little dark. And her mouth might be a little bit wide. But anyway, I'll stop wandering or blabbering on here. Let's take a good look at that outside of the package. But before I do, I'm just going to bring the book back in here so we can get a good look at how the face on the Filmation character looked. Right, there's TEELA. So remember that. And I will be right back. Got TEELA out of her package. And right off the bat, she was had this weird oil on her parts. There's still a little bit on her chest. And she smells kind of weird. It's this off rubbery plasticky smell, which is not horrible, but it's kind of weird. And see if we can get the focus on her face here. And there is TEELA's face. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. Looks a little bit like Lucille Ball. I do think it may be the eyeliner or just that crazed eye look that she's got. She just definitely has this crazed look in her eyes. But the eyes are straight and they're lined up, which is something that Matty Collector no longer could do at the end, which is nice. I do like her crown. Her collar is a soft rubber. And then you have her armor piece, which is also really soft, rubbery plastic. And it kind of moves off to the side, but it could probably be fixed with a little bit of heat. Basic paint on these guys because they are the Filmation figures. I do like the fur on the boots. The colors are really good. My only complaint as I first took her out is that she can't look up. Mine can't anyway. Her head is constantly looking down, and there doesn't seem to be any hinges or any ball, or just on a ball joint. I don't know if I can fix that or not. As you can see, when you pull her head back, she just wants to look back down again, like she's in this constant state of staring down at her feet. Does not want to stay up. I wonder if maybe the peg got bent in the package. I might have to try to warm her up again that way again. There are some pretty big gaps in her torso. Right here. I don't know if you can see where her shoulder is, and it looks like her torso wants to split in half. There's a pretty big gap there. If I squeeze her together, it does not move. This side is put together a little bit better. There is a clasp on her armor. It looks like the armor could come off, but mine is glued into place. So I don't know if that was meant to be able to unhinge. What about this side? That may have been something they planned at one point, but again, mine is glued into place, which I don't know why you'd want to take the piece off, because there's not really anything underneath than just a bare torso. And she's got really wide hips. It looks a little weird, but it does allow for a pretty good range of movement. It looks like the peg should be in maybe 1/4 of an inch. Let's see. So, like I said, with her, take a look at her articulation real quick. Her head can move around, and it moves really well. It just does not stay looking forward. She has a very loose torso at the top, which gives her a bit of a range of movement. And it does crunch a little bit, but you can't get any positioning out of it. And then she has her shoulder, which goes up and down and around, and it rotates at the bicep. She's got a elbow, single jointed elbow and wrist rotation, and that's it for her upper body. And then her outfit's pretty rubbery too, which feels like it's actually been put on top. It's interesting. And then her hips can go way far. She can do farther than the splits. They can go forward pretty well, and they can go back really well. There's no thigh swivel at all, which is something that I have to double check, but I think is usually on most of them. They sculpted her some pretty crazy butt cheeks there, but they just don't attach to her body. There's a pretty big gap, which is weird. And her knee bends, and her ankle rotates and goes forward and backwards. They are pretty nice tight joints on her feet, so she can stand up. It just drives me crazy that she can't look up. Other than that, she's a pretty good representation of the cartoon figure, or the Filmation figure. It does come with her sword. It has a very thick layer of gray paint on it that you can see there. Let's see if it fits in her hand. There, she can hold it in her hand very well. And she has a very thick painted shield, which should clip onto her arm. Like that, and that's really all she came with. And so we'll bring out the Ultimates version of TEELA, which is much taller. She has quite a bit more leg length on her. Same kind of features. This one was made based off the original Manny Collector mold, but it is the Super 7 version, so it does not have any thigh rotation. I'm not sure if the original one did or not. But they look pretty good together, and I think TEELA will look good standing next to the rest of the figures. It's just that the head constantly looking down is kind of annoying. We'll have to experiment and see if I can get that to stand up. And there, like it's the weird little bit of gappage in her shoulder, like this one. As you look on the I don't know if you can tell. but there's definitely not as much on this figure as this one is. Looks like they grinded out maybe a little too much around that area. The other side isn't as bad. Yeah, this side, when you move it forward, you can see there's a huge gap there, but this one does not have it quite as bad. So I guess it'll be something, as everybody's doing their reviews of these figures, we'll have to see if they're the same. So her left side has a much wider gap than her right, and she's a little floppy. Not too bad. I don't know. What do you guys think? She's, like I said, very pale compared to the other TEELA skin tone. And she's a little bit shorter. And if you guys pick these up, let me know. How did yours turn out? What do you think so far? This head sculpt's really good. It's just the eyes. I think those eyes are a little too wide, maybe. I think that's what it is when looking at the other TEELA. They look like they're kind of bulging out of her head, like she's surprised, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, click that thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know what you think of the video, and as always, subscribe to see some more, and I'll be trying to get these out as fast as I can, and we can all talk about them. Alright, thanks. Bye. Hi, I just want to say thank you one more time for checking out this video, and if you're interested in seeing any more, you can click either one of the links that will be over here, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, there'll be a button down below. You can do that as well. And again, thank you.